fan by default because years ago when I was in high school or just getting out of high school, when I used to go see like Nipsey and Dom Kennedy and YG and who else? It was what's his name, Tyga. Who was the other one that used to be? Who was the other one that used to be kind of popular? He was out of Cali or made music down here, like party music. It was Tyga and somebody else.
I
I don't
don't
know.
know.
I don't know, but as Nipsey and Dom Kennedy and a few other people got a little bit bigger and their concerts were costing more than the $10 I used to pay to go see them on a Wednesday. They had opening acts, and I think the last time I saw, or one of the first times where I saw Larry, no, I saw Larry June 2 or 3 times before I knew who he really was. I had remember like, dude, I seen this guy perform 3 times. Who the fuck is this? So then he drops this album a couple years ago, and I'm like, yo, this is hot. Who is this? I'm like, is this the same guy I've been listening to at concerts to see my other guys perform? And it was. And I was like, oh shit, well, it's pretty hard. And then the last time I went to go see J Rock and I saw somebody J Rock and Boz or something like that.
Damn, that's a
On
fucking.
J, it was on J Cole's birthday. He FaceTimed the crowd and had J Cole was like, "Happy birthday, brother," and blah blah. So when I went to go see that, Larry June opened, and by that time, that was like the fifth time I had seen him.
Uh-huh.
People knew his shit already, and I was like, okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. So I was, that's cool. But yeah, Larry
Nice.
June's about it. He loved Dago. He come out here a lot, but he's out of Atlanta slash the Bay Area.
Mm.
But
Okay.
that's my guy. You be hearing San Diego references and his shit all the time. And I just think it's because he low key likes white girls, and San Diego State has a plethora of white women.
The
So it's
white
probably
women.
Especially over there by Mission Bay. I heard him say that in the lyric. Man, I was just there.
he
It was
he
plenty of them.
he just mentioned Mission Bay and Ocean Beach.
Yeah.
So he know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know what he's talking about.
Well, as you can see, we're back. I know it's been a
Yeah,
while.
your shit
You
sound
know.
crispy. I mean, it sounds lower than Daniel's, but it sounds crispy. Okay.
Okay. um, how do I do this again? Oh, what's going on, piglets? It's your boy Taylor B, and I'm joined by my raggedy ass co-host. No, I'm just playing. My
Nah.
respectable, reputable.
Go ahead. Tell the
Tell it
truth.
like it is.
Tell the
Go
truth.
ahead. Tell it
Look,
like
look,
it is.
look at my webcam right now. Chocolate rain.
My respectable and reputable co-host Daniel and Joey B. I'm
Now
glad
he
to
lying.
have
I
you back
get
here.
no respect at all. I tell you, I get no respect.
Um, welcome
Yeah.
to another installment of Culture by the Uncultured. I know it's been a while. Uh, I don't really have any excuses. I mean, I okay. Let me.
Hiatus. We took a break. Damn it. Shit
Took
was
a break.
going on. Technical difficulties.
So, so this is what happened, right? So I'm in need of a upgraded computer, laptop, whatever the fuck the case may be, right? For a while now, and I kind of keep
What?
procrastinating on it. So one day, basically, I got really frustrated, and like just to get the laptop on, like 3 or 4 times in a row, I couldn't get it to go. It would just keep loading and loading and loading and loading, and then after like the fourth time, like whenever you're playing a game and you're getting your like shit on, and you get mad and you like throw the controller. So I did that with my laptop, but keep in mind, I feel usually I'm a little bit more responsible with my electronics. So I didn't want it to break. So when I did it, it was like a swipe motion. Like I like swatted it off the thing, but it was like gentle. Like I didn't like spike that shit. I like kind of nudged it off and like kind of guided it towards the floor. And I was like, whatever, man. This
This
whole shit
sounds
take
like
forever.
this sounds like every man in prison trying to describe his domestic abuse case to the homies. Like that's what that sounds like.
I didn't really hit her.
I didn't really hit her. I just kind of like,
I was
like
my fist touched her, and then I like leaned into it. But so that's what happened. So I have like this broken ass laptop screen that I'm looking at right now, and like this is like super ghetto, right? So like my laptop is still broken. Keep in mind, but I know that I can use my HDMI cord to plug it into the TV. So like I'm you're gonna keep seeing me look this way because I'm
Mind you,
looking at
mind you. No, time
my
out, time out.
TV.
Mind you, we've been waiting 6 weeks for him to get a new laptop, and here he come with this HDMI to the TV crap. Like, come on.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's been a long time.
It's crazy because considering how his screen looks, it looks like he already made some great upgrades, like the whole angle. He looks like a total content creator right now.
For
Little do they
real.
know how it's Jimmy rigged in the back with all types of duct tape and shit like that.
Little,
No idea.
little do they know that the blinds behind her are actually closed. Check that out, people.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Those are closed. Those are
Hey,
actually closed.
mine are closed too, and they just don't look that way. I think it's just the camera.
I feel like
think it's
yours
just-
look a lot better than mine.
I think it's just Arizona. That's probably
do
it.
that too. It's like
How-
114.
Okay, so let's pick up right there. You've been in Arizona what, like 2 months now?
About 2 months. I know we
About-
recorded like one or two episodes while I've been here.
About how many ounces of sweat do you think your balls produce overnight while it's 95 degrees at 3 in the morning?
Well, luckily there's AC in this
Yikes.
house. So like,
Swamp nuts.
that bitch
Yeah,
be running.
it's gonna happen. And best believe, if your AC ever stops working
Oh yeah.
overnight, that shit will wake you up. Your
Okay.
body will be like, it's 94 degrees in this bitch. Wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
Wake the fuck up. It
There's
will.
a
It will.
fire. There's a fire somewhere.
Yeah.
Alert.
Even if just going into the garage, it's like a whole different climate in there. It's ridiculous. I don't know how to describe it. It's like I don't want to go outside. Like when
You
my
might-
skin, when the sun hits my skin, I'm just like, oh nah. This ain't
You guys might want to get the mirror reflectant film that you put on your windows so that the sunlight doesn't penetrate
What we
inside as
got-
much.
So I'm just
Not a good enough reason to use the word penetrate.
Let me
Hold on.
enter the room so the sunlight doesn't, so the UV does not make its way.
So I'm just super lazy, and on the floor there is a whole ass blackout curtain, and there's one in my room too. So keep in mind, this is kind of like the beginnings of like my other
Mhm.
room / like Verona's room. So it's
But
like,
you sure as hell made sure to put them action figures out on the table. I see the
No.
motif is complete.
No, those are Veronos. That's
So-
gonna be his excuse every time.
So where you're seeing this camera right now, that's looking at me. That
Nice,
is where this goes.
nice.
I just had to move this shit out the way so that like I could put my laptop right here. So like I wish I had another webcam so I could like show you how.
I'll
it's
find
supposed to
some
look.
too. If we doing show and tell, I'll go find some toys right now too. I got some toys in this bitch.
But I got
somewhere.
like, so I got this new desk obviously in the setup or whatever. But like this is where my laptop would go, or like a monitor if I had that.
You have an angled desk?
Yeah, well, L-shaped desk.
I don't know why Brandon over here living like he broke still. Like, bro, you making the big
That's
bucks now. You can go ahead and buy extra monitors, link them all together. Like, stop playing with the humble
Hey
game right
man,
now.
you say that, but then
Simplicity and priorities, savings, all that shit.
that too.
Crazy.
But man, you have no idea what it's like to live with someone that wants to do shit
All the fucking time. Thank you. Thank you. I told bro, look, I love David. That's my homie.
Yep.
But he is the type of social butterfly that you just want to have as a cousin. Like when you what like you're a homebody, you're kind of an introvert maybe most of the time. And then you're feeling something. You're feeling something like, you know what? I think I want to go out. I think I want to go out this weekend. You don't have to look for no plans. Just text David like, "Yo, what you got going on?" And it's
a wrap.
it's an itinerary. Like it's like that's what you know. What
Here, and
we need to do that. We need to turn David into a business. He already does the bartending. You know, he already cheats at beer pong. So like those are his special talents. But we need to get him to be like, what's it when somebody comes to a new city and they like walk them around and stuff and show like concierge or it's a concierge like
an escort.
you know like escort.
Yeah,
Whoa, wait.
the
Like,
concierge. The concierge.
the concierge.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hey, you're new. Welcome to the city. We have this kind of stuff to offer. You have this. Are you allergic to anything? Let me show you where to buy this, bro.
Welcome to the Plaza Hotel.
David, actually, you know what
shit.
David should be? David
Oh,
should be
no,
David should be a
headphones.
if you could like purchase.
God damn.
Let's see, can you hear us? What's going
I
on?
can hear you guys now.
Can you we should what was I saying? We talking about David.
You're talking about escorts.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
we should get David. We should get David to start a wingman service. That way, if you're alone in a new city, nobody got to know that this is my best buddy. I flew into town to hang out with him. Whole time he's just getting people drunk around you.
Hey, David is the person for that. That's
Wait,
funny
is that
how that fits like that?
Yes, sir.
You should probably hit him up about that. That's a good business model.
actually? I think that's kind of biting. That's a little bit biting off that movie with Will Smith.
Hey, he didn't do it. The movie wasn't real life.
Kinda. He wasn't really a hit. He wasn't really a wingman, but you know, kind of like setting it up.
I feel like he'd be closer to the business of Deuce Bigelow.
But but I think it's better because David don't judge. He's like, "What are you into, bud? Are you into midgets? Are you into Asians? Like, what are you into?" There's an app for that. So let's keep it real. Brandon values his sleep and a lot of downtime when he wants it. And there's just gonna be times where I know David walk in there like a bottle girl service with the bottles and the whistles and the.
Oh my God. How the fuck
Let's go, Brandon. Let's go. Let's go. Bro, I know he probably wakes you up every morning with this. Let's go. What are you doing today, bro? What's
Not quite that. I mean, he works a lot too. Keep in mind, he works a lot.
Okay.
So.
Also, I don't mean to butt in anybody's like actual life. Sorry, I missed you guys. It's been a while. But are both of you guys single?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In the last 6 weeks or whatever,
to this with anybody else.
however long this is.
Time out. My pastor watches this. Do not ask nothing crazy.
No, I just no.
I just want you to know. I'm about to ask you something real crazy.
I'm just saying it's a single dude. You're a single guy. He's a single guy. I know how David gets though, and I know how he acts. So I want to know is how many times in the last 2 months has he tried to set you up with the ugly friend,
bro?
How many? I just 0 to 5, 5 to 10
bro.
Ballpark range me because I need. Hey, and you know what? Whoever it is, ask her to listen to the pod. I got some questions.
Hey,
Tell her call in.
I'm not gonna say that it's the ugly friend. I gotta keep kind of quiet. Y'all can hear me good, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Kinda. Speak up.
Say with your chest one time.
Can't nobody hear y'all, so I'm gonna just say at least 5 times. But they haven't been necessarily the ugly friend. But
look, Brandon, I'm gonna tell you this right now.
I'm gonna
tell no, hold up. I'm the ugly friend in my group. Okay. But usually I end up in a better situation because I'm kind of funny. You know, I got to, you know, we can go to a good restaurant. It works out for me. But when it comes down to the ugly friend, you like the ugly friend, and it's like deep down, I think you know it. I know this is a horrible conversation to have, but deep down inside, you know it. And you're still going along with the shit. Like, I don't like that. And I feel like David's a setup.
That's the thing, though, is just that I don't have community dick. So, like, that's not my lane. Like, you can't try to get me to go out somewhere. Like, oh, here, it's going to be, these are the homegirls or whatever, yada, yada, yada. This is my homeboy, Brandon, blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, you can pipe this. Come on, bro. Come on. Just take one for the team. That's not me. It's just not who I am. It could be Eva Longoria.
Time out. I gotta disagree now. I knew Daniel was gonna say, hold up.
I'm just trying to throw it in
good,
be a pretty girl, but it's like it's just not into me to be like, oh, we just met. I know your name, and you go to work. Let's fuck. That's just not who I am. That's just not me.
It takes a lot more than immediate attraction for me to want to indulge in anything with you. Like, it just
exactly.
I don't know. Like, have you ever? We probably talked about this before, but the most unattractive thing in somebody that's random, that's not like the same. No, like weird turnoffs, like something that's not like things that other people think about. I cannot stand. And you know, I like. We're a funny group. We laugh all the time. Yeah. So I think I'm kind of humorous. Yeah. if I tell a joke and you don't laugh, I'm less offended than if you laugh and that shit's ugly. Ugly laughs, ugly laughs don't do it, bro. It's like catching a beautiful woman in the middle of a yawn. I ain't trying to see that. You're ruining it.
I was gonna say the super exaggerated laugh, like okay, that was
like shit like that. Like
too much. You're doing too much. It wasn't that funny. It was haha. It wasn't that crazy though. Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah.
Yeah, dude, definitely Deuce Bigelow part 3 right there. We could. That'd be so like no offense to Brandon because he's a great guy, but imagining Brandon as like a ladies' man, like his like verbiage and like mannerisms and like body language becoming like a pimp player is just like so weird to me.
I saw that version of Brandon at Mission Beach. I kid
How
you
many
not.
drinks? How many drinks?
No. He had a rib in one hand and a beer in the other, but he was like talking smooth to everybody. He was like, "Yo, what's up, Shawty? You go ahead, taste some of these ribs. Go ahead, grab some of this potato salad. Go ahead." Yep,
where you
doing
from?
exactly that. Doing exactly. He had to lean and everything, just like not to not stain his clothes. Just and I was
What
like,
part of this?
and I was like, if
What
Brandon
part
was
of the city you hail from?
it's like if Brandon was a little bit more hood, it'd be this dude.
It's easier now to talk to multiple women, in my opinion.
Because it's security, bro. As soon as you got the like, we've been doing a podcast. You can't tell me that even though we've already been that you're not shy. You can communicate with people.
A talking point for so many things.
But since the podcast and you like always come on and sharing your thoughts, it's so much easier to talk to people you don't know outside. Because what's the like?
Well, at my big old age, by the way, I'm about to turn 30 in July 18th. My birthday's not this weekend, but that's
so what does David have planned for y'all?
Thank God for saying something because I always forget. You know,
he's gonna be gone. He's going to Kentucky for training, so I'll be all by my lonesome. But
Kentucky.
Anyway, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say at my age now, and like this is something I'm so grateful to have learned just in general. Like I don't give a fuck about what people think about me like that anymore. Like in terms of appearance, sure. Like I care if I stink or like if I look dressed whack or some shit like that. But like when it comes to like my interests, like what I fuck with, like things I do or don't do, like if you don't fuck with it, that's totally cool. You don't gotta fuck with it.
Especially since now so many people fake the funk. Like, let's be honest, since I was a kid or since I've known you guys have always been into anime. And I know that a lot of people from our generation that we're like 30 now, born in the late 80s to early 90s, that's when anime really started to pick up in America. You know what I'm saying? So we have a lot of day one fans. Not saying I frown upon the new fans, but calling yourself a fan because you watched one show or two and then thinking you know this and that, we get a lot of that shit nowadays, and I know you guys have been about it for some years. That's why even when people tell me like, oh, you don't know about anime, and in the back of my mind, like, you're right, but you don't know shit about anime because my homies know shit about anime. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a big bro connection, like somebody trying to beat me up on the street with this anime aggression, and I'm just like, whoa, I got the big homies, y'all want to chill. So like it's kind of like that.
Bro, we gotta take that picture. We gotta take that picture one time.
So now that you have a bunch of people who are kind of like fake about what their interests are, or not wholeheartedly about like, they ride waves a lot. Everybody's such a wave rider nowadays. When you actually have general interests, you don't let nothing phase you. You know what I mean? Like now, like I'm a big vinyl head. Like I love the vinyl records, and they're getting more popular now, which is cool. But people don't know what they're looking for either. They think they're just looking for like, oh, I just want this specific album. I love these. These are so great. That's cool. I respect that. But unless you're like a crate digger and like trying to get your knuckles scratched up, which is a thing that happens and you get your knuckles scratched because how it's just a different level. So like, yeah, that confidence as a man, not being scared to say what you want, cancel me. You know what I'm saying? Cancel me. I mean, not yet. Give us some time, but cancel me.
But I just noticed like so many people lie nowadays, or like alcohol is like a total crutch, and then like you kind of like bullshit your way through stuff, and it's like I don't want to bullshit through my way through anything. I kind of want to like talk about what the fuck I like. I love black people now more than I ever have, and I feel like the older I get, the more like in connection, like the more I feel that, with them, right? But it's like if I'm hanging out with a bunch of black people, I'm not gonna fake the funk and be like, "Oh, let's play some spades." Oh, like like if I don't know that how to play that shit, I'm not gonna fake the funk.
Mhm.
Are we gonna be cool? Ain't nobody gonna disrespect me. I ain't gonna disrespect nobody else, and that's it. If
this
y'all
might
want to
this
treat me, shit like
this
that.
might sound a little stereotypical because I'm not black, but you guys know I grew up with a lot of black friends and folks. So when I go to a black gathering, I do expect to play some dominoes, and that's not my fault. I just happen to always see dominoes, and I like to play. But
Bruh,
I
I
get
gotta
it
tell
though.
you, the time I embarrassed myself with some black people in dominoes. Oh my god, bro. Oh
You can't do
my.
addition.
No, no, it was worse than that. Like I was so nervous to not mess. It was my first time playing with like black people, like for real, right? And so I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure I do something right. I left like 80 points on the table. The dude next to me just got up. He was like, nah. He was just like, he actually turned to me. He's like, are you sure you're black? Can you just have 80 points on the table?
But
So,
Man.
shit like that.
I'll
Those are
ask
like
you.
microaggressions.
So I'll ask you again. The same way Chadis Gambino asked. Is it what's harder, being black enough for white people or being black enough for black people?
They're both equally hard and aggravating to deal with, to be honest. But I would rather deal with it with my own people than deal with it from white people any day.
Ultimately, you can't separate black and white. It's better to be hated for who you are than love for who you are not. So like that's like the ultimate moral point of that is just be your damn self. Because bro, it don't matter if you're black. You're gonna have black haters. There's a war between light skin and black and dark skin
True.
at all times. Like it's not. It's. I mean, most of it's for play, but let's be honest. There's some folks out there that really about that shit. Like they really believe in that for real.
Half breeds.
the mudbloods. Sorry, I've been watching Harry Potter lately. I'm on one, bro.
I need to send you guys some more. This dude that I send you the TikToks. By the way, I'm on TikTok now. You can follow me at Taylor Earthsera. There's this dude who does like being black in Hogwarts, and them shits are so fucking funny.
Being black at Hogwarts?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Remember he posted those? Those were hilarious.
Oh, sorry, bro. I be forgetting half the stuff. Like it's so funny momentarily, but if I'm high, I be forgetting.
Like what I said today, he was like trying to get some butterbeer, and he was like, "Oh, I know what he wants, a 40 ounce," and he was like, "No, I just want a butterbeer," and he was like, "Throw some Hennessy in there for him," and he was like, "No, non-alcoholic." And he was like, "Are you sure you don't want 2 cups?" And he was like, "What do I want 2 cups for?"
Double cup.
Like,
I'm crying.
Pour some out for your dead wizards. I'm not even a huge fan of Harry Potter like that, but that shit.
That's so dumb, bro.
Oh my
god. No, you gotta. I forget what he said. It was the sorting hat, and he said, "Aren't you
Urban Door?" He's like, "That's not even a place. Gryffindor. Urban Doors here at Hogwarts. We're practicing separate but equal."
Crying.
And he was like, "That's not." And he was like, "That's not even a real place." I'm like, the whole entire thing isn't.
It's like they keep like referring to him as Jamal Demort.
When did Hogwarts become a public school?
Oh my god!
He said that I thought you were a master of the. He said, "I thought you were a master of the dark arts."
That shit was funny. He made a Star Wars one recently. That one was funny as fuck too. They were saying like, "Darth Vader, you are the father," and he was like, "Darth Vader is not my father." And he was like, "What do you mean? He's part of the dark side. You're the darkest on this side." Like, this funny as hell, man. Black jokes are funny, man. From black people, of course.
That's been a lot of man. I know it's been like
no. Time out. Because a few of them white people with black jokes is funny. You like, you gotta laugh, even though you're kind of offended, but you gotta laugh because they're funny.
I'm all for. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this whole like notion that you can't talk about black people if you're not black. It's not the N-word.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I
got black jokes up the yang. I'm gonna tell them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not shying away from that, bro.
There's a fine line between like telling like an acceptable black joke and like a whoa.
And see, that's the thing. When you're like a comedic mind, or like when you're just kind of like yourself all the time, you can't worry about the perception always.
Yeah. But it usually
You know,
falls
like
in
I.
it usually falls in the side of like racism. Obviously, is a huge no, like blatant racism, and then like going on tangents. Like if you were of a different race and then just was like your whole set was just like black jokes talking about black people, clearly black folks are gonna feel a type of way.
I
But if you
mean,
got
do I
like
have
a
to?
couple, couple one or two that are going like great, some like some real funny off the wall shit.
Some burners.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for sure.
That's not fair though. I have to get graded before knowing if I can continue or not. The only reason I ever got material on black culture was because I was dating black girls and had black homies. So just because I'm not black, I can't speak on my experiences.
No, you
Fuck no. You gonna
absolutely
hear
can.
these.
Yeah.
You gonna hear these.
I respect a white person that's trying to be funny and trying to say a black joke and this and that, because a good joke and a bad joke come from the same birth. To quote Patrice O'Neal. So like even when we're at church, we got this one white guy, he's Tony. He tries to say a black joke every now and then, and I'll be looking at him like, you were this close. You were this close.
It's not like.
But I respect that you tried, but you were this close to getting socked.
It's like that. It's like that scene. It's like that scene from Wild Hogs where he was like, "I was trying to say a joke, but all I could think of were black jokes." And then he was like, which ones?" he was
He's
already
I don't think it's going to be funny. Oh, I'll be laughing.
I'll be laughing.
It's like I used to get people at our job like that.
It's
all the
been,
time. Like,
bro. The
was
last. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say he'd be like, "It's because I'm black, huh?" And then everybody always asks me, "Is he serious? Is he mad?" Bro, no, that's just how he is. Chill. He just messing with you. I mean, he likes you. Chill.
I think we're past that window where black people can joke with white people about racism, even if you're not, because then if you offend them, all of a sudden the camera comes out. You know what I mean? It's like now it's like reverse rate. It's like yo, I'm just kidding. Like I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can't even. It's crazy, bro. I'm honestly, my filter is way too big. I mean, well, my filter is not big enough. You know what I mean? Like what I have to say is a lot, and it's just hard for me to like filter that shit. So
I think you'd be a great comedian, personally,
bro. All of us, you this dumb shit we talk about. It's ridiculous.
Like I feel like if I was to be a stand-up comedian, people would laugh at me because I would say some dumb shit. Not because like, oh, that joke was great. It'd be like I get up there and start blathering, and they'll be like, "This nigga is dumb," and be laughing at me because of that.
Hey, they laughing. You came
Come
here
back
to
next
laugh.
week.
You
Come
laugh.
back next week with your dumb ass. But I mean, I wanted to keep this kind of short. Real quick before we get out of here, just so y'all know, a shit ton of music has come out. There's no way we're gonna
Wait. You say you're just gonna ask Joey something hella wild.
Oh, I'm gonna ask you guys something hella wild. I was just gonna throw out a quick shout out to Tyler the Creator, one of my favorite artists. He dropped his new project called "Call Me When You Get Lost." It is phenomenal. Album of the year. My favorite songs are Wilshire and What's Your Name, featuring NBA YoungBoy. And I'll go as far as to say on that song, NBA YoungBoy has my favorite verse. I have memorized it. I fucking love it. I really hope I get the chance to hear that song live and sing my heart out to that song.
Jesus, man. Flip it up into your waistband. Jeez. I'm just playing. That's good though.
Yeah, it's
That's
super
good.
dope. A lot of other I think Hobo
Good
Johnson
album.
dropped a new album. I'm sure J. Cole dropped a new album since we've been gone. Who else? You guys got anybody you guys want to throw out there real quick?
I mean, not off the top, you're right. It's kind of been a lot, but
It's been a shit ton.
Full on albums and a lot of people. Oh, Logic's back. We can talk about that.
Logic is back.
Yeah, unretired. I guess he got to pay some more bills or something. I don't know.
And he dropped the
Young Sinatra throwbacks or whatever it is.
Or whatever. Volume 1, I guess. So I'm assuming there's going to be more installments.
Oh yeah, there was that one stat, and I was listening to Under Pressure. He was just like, or Thali was just like, oh, he's recorded 1,500 songs, but just never made an album. So he's got him on the tuck.
For sure.
I think it's funny when people like to throw out a number with how many bullets they got in the chamber, You know what I mean? Because somewhere out there is like Gucci Mane and Currency is like listening to these comments and like, you know what I mean? And they're like, 1,500. I dropped
That's
1,500
it.
songs last week.
Yeah.
Pimp Juice, like you're not sitting on nothing. You know what I'm saying?
That shit's crazy.
Currency got like 35 songs just on Chevys alone. So like you don't want to do this. You feel me?
Hella facts.
But that's funny. I like when people always say, "Oh yeah, I got songs I never dropped." There's probably a reason why you didn't drop them. Because let's be honest, like, have you guys ever tried to? Well, I know Daniel has, but like, have you ever tried to put content in art form, content wise, when you're creating for not just yourself but for other people? It's really hard to find your zone where you're happy with something because you have to kind of like force yourself to finish. Like when you're doing a song, when you think you're done and you stop and you keep adding stuff, you're not pleased with it. You need to tell yourself, okay, that's it. Boom, move on to the next one. So that's why all these guys that have a bunch of songs, they know that if you focus on something for too long, you get lost in it and then you're not pleased. So a lot of those songs are a combination of songs that they made really quick and just moved on from, or songs that they were working on too long and they were like, I can't keep working on this. Then they come back 2 years later, like, actually, it's kind of fire, yo. Like, throw this on the tape. Happens all the time. So we're never gonna see the end of it. The thing I want to see the end of is all these dead artists putting out new albums. Everybody can't be Tupac. Everybody can't be. I'm sorry, you guys. They're overdoing the legendary status and giving people what's it called? Posthumous albums. Let them die. Like respectfully, let them die.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't need anybody else making money off of a dead person's work. I just, if it's royalties after they've gone and experienced it, fine. But new content that you guys are getting paid off for somebody not being here anymore, I can't get jiggy with that.
I think they said they got like 2 more Juice WRLD albums in the tug, and I'm like,
yeah, sorry, Ixnay. I like Juice WRLD. He's a great guy, but
you should have just released those all at the same time. Like,
and then just think, a lot of those songs are from the moments when he was going through what he was going through, which is why he died.
Yeah.
So a lot of those songs are still talking about popping pills and getting over this and being depressed and blah blah. Yeah, let's just put more of that shit out.
Yeah, super messed up.
Okay.
Also,
he's not the only one too. Pop Smoke too got another one coming out.
True, very true. Isaiah Rashad also has an album coming out July 30th. Yeah.
I know you hyped about that one.
For sure. He was supposed to drop in June. Kind of heartbroken that he didn't. But hey, if it's July, cool. Catch your vibes. I'm with it.
What's 1 month? You waited 7 years for Frank Ocean to drop, so you're good.
Still but
remember that? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Do you remember those? What happened in those 5 to 7 years? I feel like nothing happened.
You mean as far as
like when you're waiting for something to happen? Like honestly, when's the last time Kendrick dropped? 2017?
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah, I don't remember the last 3 years at all.
I was gonna say technically 2018, but yeah. But I still want him to drop though, but I kind of like it more when an artist isn't on like a set schedule. Like I feel like
we talked about this. It's different standards for rap.
Like if Tyler's great already, but I can imagine if he took like a really big hiatus and then came back with the album in like 3 or 4 years instead of like taking 1 year off, coming back the next year. I think like the reception would be so much greater than it already is.
But you got to remember, sometimes it's how much emphasis people put on their passion versus their talent. So like that's why I said a lot of songwriters and people who make like melodical music, not necessarily in terms of rap, even though Tyler is bridging the gap between what's rap and what's alternative. You know what I mean? Like what's what. To me, I like people just not putting titles on their genres. This is my music.
For sure.
So sometimes people fall into a genre, that's fine. But like we said before, there's some people who take years to live their life, experience stuff, come back and songwrite. But when it comes to the genre of rap, it moves so fast. Hip hop moves so fast. Here today, gone tomorrow. If it's hot, it's hot. If it's not, it's not. What's tomorrow? So like rappers feel so pressed into, let me just boom, boom, boom. Like the guys we mentioned earlier, like Currency and Gucci Mane, those guys put out thousands of songs and thousands of mixtapes because one, they have the patience to, and they just like it. They love the studio life. Let me smoke, let me write, let me drink, let me do this. That's it. But for a guy like Tyler, to take a mean break, it's because he's going through something. Because he's not just a regular artist now. He won that musician of the year last year or something, got that musicianship award or something, and he's into like artwork. So like he's really fascinated with like
Art.
music, and it's it's evolved the way it's evolving. So like for other people, rappers, if they take 3-4 years off, you can only be a Kendrick, a Cole, a Wayne. You can only be like one of those guys. The other guys, you stop making music for 2-3 years. What happened to him? I don't know. And then it's over with.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, Kendrick been making me wait for almost 5 years now. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to get nervous. Starting to get nervous. And I heard your news. I told you guys that it was definitely in the studio at some point a couple weeks ago. So I don't know if he's doing that or doing the cuts for someone else.
For sure. In other new music news, the Double XL freshman release. I know like 2 or 3 of the names on there. I'm not really interested. I haven't looked at none of the freestyles. I'm not really looking for it this year. I think for me, the Double XL is pretty much done. Moving on to like movie shit real quick, or movie and TV, I guess, whatever. I think like the last time we did a podcast, the Falcon and Winter Soldier was going on. It finished, obviously.
You were just into that. Yep.
It was super dope. Fucking that fight in episode 5 was amazing.
I got a question.
Amazing. Go ahead.
Because you are right about that. I remember when it was going on, you were super high. I know Captain America is your guy, so you already had high hopes, and then it kind of you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But a couple weeks ago, when the news about that Loki dropping, after a couple days, people were like, "Oh, this shit's on the Winter Soldier," and they were like, "This does this," and I was just like, "Bro, how come people can't just enjoy both or enjoy everything?" Well, I just want to know what's up with that and how you feel.
Too, I would want to go more into detail, but it's cool. It's like I'm not a huge fan of like multi-dimensional reality warping and all that stuff. I'm super into fighting. So like Falcon and Winter Soldier was right up my alley because of action. Loki's cool to a degree, but it's like he fights a little bit, but it's not like the choreography that was in the movie Winter Soldier or the Falcon and Winter Soldier. You know, it's not as great just in general.
And when you have too many like dimensions and universes and things like that involved, it's too easy to find the out for your story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like normally you come to an end like, oh, what's he gonna do? He's locked in. But he's like, yeah, I'll just go to another dimension and figure this out. You know what I mean? Like that's that type of story. Like the Winter Soldier is definitely like a plot that you have to follow along, and it has an end and a beginning. Like
it sounds like the people that made Loki like also made the Fast and Furious series. From what it sounds like, with this back and forth to with the this movie, I'm actually alive because if you go back and watch the third movie, I did this because
you watched Fast 9 then?
Yes, I watched Fast.
I have not yet.
I have not seen it either.
Oh man.
I was gonna say it is out.
Did you watch it or did you watch a bootleg version?
I watched the real thing in the movie theater.
Are you okay? Wasn't nobody getting up in the screen and talking and getting popcorn and shit? Okay,
definitely not that.
But yeah, I heard about it. I'm not like looking forward to see it. I probably will watch it just because I watched all the other ones. But I'm just like, people talking about Fast and Furious 20. Come on, we got to go help Optimus Prime fight King Kong as a family. You know, like.
You know what? I'm down for one really big super movie to get all those type of what do they call them, like movies that have more than one. They're series, but they're not
like a franchise. Or
franchises. I'm down to have one movie that just brings probably the 5 biggest franchises together and just ruin it, just blow it up, so we start over some new shit. Because I'm tired of seeing. Bro, how many Spider-Mans have we had? How many, like, bro, how many Batmans have we had? I'm over it, son. Let's get something new up in this bitch. Stop recycling the same shit. Let's do one mashup video. Let's get the DC and the Marvel and the Fast Five and whoever else you need to throw. Yeah, all the You Got Served movies, whatever. Do what you got. Mission Impossibles. Bro, what's that Keanu Reeves movie? What's the Keanu Reeves one? No.
Matrix or John Wick.
Yeah, John Wick. There's like 8 of those movies now. Get John Wick out of here. Get all those guys. Make one big ass movie and end it. I'm over it, bro. Let's get some new content. Can't do this shit no more. Fast 9.
Also, I think Black Widow came out today or yesterday or tonight, something like that. It's gonna be out this weekend for sure. But so
What about
I'm really
the one coming out, the Snake Eyes?
it looks so. The only reason why it looks good is because it's Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes has always been a fan favorite in GI
Like a
Joe.
good story.
He's a fucking ninja. He's badass. Like people like feet wise, people like say he could probably take because I think there was like a GI Joe versus like the Transformers or something like that, and like he fucked up a Decepticon by himself. So like Snake Eyes ain't nobody to fuck with, and like even just like these ninjas that are coming at him, it's like fodder. And I'm sure he's gonna fight like some guy at the end or whatever, and that's gonna be it. But I think this is supposed to be like an origin story for him, so I'm sure it'll be good. It's gonna be a lot of action. But I mean, if you're not a fan of GI Joe, you're not a fan of GI Joe. I'll raise my hand.
I
I'm not a fan
must.
of GI Joe.
I have no idea. I just heard a
Unaware.
lot of rumbles go on, and I'd be. This wouldn't be the show if we didn't bring up certain things. I know a lot happened since the last episode, but in
Bow Wow,
recent
Soulja Boy's
in
birthday.
recent memory, just some big stuff that happened.
Florida
Bill
Bill collapsed.
Bill Cosby free, y'all.
Bill Cosby's free. Hide your drink.
Yep.
Bill Cosby free. Let's just
Yeah. Heard
um
anything about Deshaun Watson?
stop talking about him. Shohei Ohtani in baseball. Let me just go get the sports out real quick. In baseball, we possibly watching. Not that other people couldn't have done it, but Major League Baseball hasn't really been a place where they harness guys who play both sides of the ball, which is offense and defense. You know, in their respective pitching and
Right.
hitting. And he's doing it right now and made the All-Star team at 2 positions. So I got to mention that. I wouldn't be a baseball fan if I didn't mention that.
Suns
Padre
versus
fan.
Bucks.
I'll get to that. Padres fans. Fernando Tatis Jr. is the starting shortstop. Looks like we got something good going for a while. Me and Daniel had a convo before this. I'm not a fan of all the errors, but he's still very young. Time to clean it up. And then basketball season we're in the championship series now. It's the Suns versus the Bucks. I'm a Clippers fan. The hat I got on right now, you can't see it, but we didn't have Kawhi the whole series, so it just wasn't a good look. I'm surprised we beat the Utah Jazz without Kawhi them last 2 games. So I'm actually proud of my team. We'll see what happens. Clippers in 4 if we have Kawhi, by the way. But anyway, I've got to say it. Now that the series is over, I can talk shit. Suns are up one game to 0 on the Bucks. They're actually playing game 2 tonight.
1-for-1 in the finals.
I'm happy for Chris Paul. If it was one team we lost to without Kawhi, I'm glad it was the Suns because Chris Paul did play on our team, and I blame Doc Rivers for not being able to bring home that chip in 3 or 4 years. Like we had a God squad for a second. So if it wasn't us, it was Chris Paul. That's my pick. What else am I missing? The Olympics, sports. The Olympics is coming around. I know a lot of stuff has been circulating with the Sha'Carri Richardson and the smoking, and there's a lot of weird shit going on. But now there's no fans in that, and some black people not liking what is going on. It sounds a little racist. Other people are saying it's not that, it's the committee and blah blah. I don't know. We probably shouldn't get into it.
I mean, just think about that real quick though. Brandon wouldn't be able to compete because of his hair. That'd be crazy.
They're talking about it's so stupid because we could argue physics. They said that the swim cap, they said that their elite athletes aren't in need of larger swim caps, but they pointed out that afro hair is the only type of hair that needs a larger swim cap. Does my hair matter if I'm swimming? Who cares about the cap? Because think about it. The more hair I have, guess what? That's less dynamic in the water. So really it's like, what are you really saying? Like, what's the difference? If I have dreadlocks and a big swim cap, the dreadlocks is more weight in the water. It's not aerodynamic. It's not like making me glide, like the stupidest reason. And people chose to pick at the Sha'Carri Richardson being black with the weed thing. So that to me was the upsetting thing about this last week, because if there has been a lot of pro-black topics lately, the last couple years especially, and I'm really upset at a big part of the black community making about her being black and not the weed. People did not give the same attention to the swim caps for Afro hair than they did Sha'Carri Richardson. And to be fair, other Olympians and athletes have been banned, kicked from their endorsements, and also kicked out of leagues for marijuana use when they knew that it was not legal, even though we as people accept it. So what you accept and what is legal is two different things. So the people getting mad about her being black and the weed thing, you got to let that shit go. Whoever's out there listening, let that go. That's not related. The swim cap to Afro hair, that's related. You better hop on that one.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, Japan, all Japan wants to hear for the entire Olympics is power to dreadlocks activate. That's all they trying to hear. Because once we let them things go to cracking is let loose. I'm telling you, but it makes no humanly sense to me that they were gonna say that the cap is gonna give you some type of advantage in the water. It makes
no disrespect to the Olympics. You guys know I've talked about this for years. I don't know if you guys pay attention, but I actually really like the Olympics and the Winter Olympics and stuff like that. There's an honor to being in the Olympics because it's a world competition. But let's be honest. America has been cheating since our existence because nobody's really from here. We're taking some of the best athletes and DNA from other lands here, compiling them together. So one, I already feel like it's a cheat code. It don't matter. Our USA basketball team is all black. You think they would not be from Uganda and Africa and shit? No, that we're dominating in basketball again. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And I can say this because I'm Mexican. Mexico, do we ever place in the Olympics? I'll wait. When's the FIFA tournament starting? That's all we got. That's all we got. So I'm gonna keep it real about the sports. America don't deserve to win nothing because we are nothing, but we are also everything at the same time. So we gotta go represent. We gotta go represent somehow. Even, all right. Yeah. Whoa. One more thing about the black thing. Just one more thing. Don't cancel me yet, folks. Can we get some more black people in the Winter Olympics?
No.
Well, just ponder that. I actually made a joke. Maybe you guys can help me out. This might be racist. I said that there weren't more black people in the Winter Olympics because FUBU doesn't make a jacket with thick enough fabric to keep people at the best. I told that joke and my homie was dying. So can I say that in the crowd?
Probably.
Oh, okay. I
think if you say it exactly like that, everybody go laugh.
Yeah.
FUBU doesn't make a thick enough jacket because they use that light and fluffy material. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, I ain't hating. I had one in middle school. I ain't hating.
That is comedy right there.
Obviously, we talked about a lot of stuff over here already. Real quick, last thing. I'm gonna just ask this real quick. It's a yes or no question. If y'all want to go in depth a little bit, go ahead.
Your meat stink?
No, that's not.
I'm sorry. I've been looking at that sentence at the top of our screen all day. I don't know if that's the question.
It's just like a working title. Is usually.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bleep that out. Bleep.
And that's where you started?
The question I was going to ask is, okay, do you slap your meat on a woman's coochie before you fly to it?
Oh my god.
Should I go? I'll go first. In the beginning of times, there was. I was kidding, bro. Absolutely. Like I said before, it's a ritual. It's like blessing the bottle at a party. Everybody come take a tap, and then depending on how you're feeling, there's different types. So let's take this for reference.
Oh my god, he got props. Oh my god, we're getting canceled.
So if she's leaned back, it is customary to hit you with the 3 taps, the wiggle, and the slide. You hear me? I'm spitting straight facts. If she's on her back, the 3 taps, the little wiggle, and the slide. Now, if she's in the back, from the back, that's. Can I speak? Can I have the floor? You hit it from the back. That's when you do the whole from underneath one, and that's the fun one. That's the one you could play with, and that's the one where you accidentally put it in the wrong one, but it wasn't no accident. You just trying to see what she gonna say. That's the one.
Jesus.
He ain't got nothing to do with that. Don't invoke his name. I'm
All right, what say you, Daniel?
No, it's not a ritual for me. I'm just gonna go in there and do what I got to do.
Okay, fair enough. You know,
I'm not into wasting time. I'm sorry.
Where did this come from? Were you on Tik? Is this a TikTok topic? You need to get off that damn app.
It's not TikTok. I had a friend who sent me a meme that said,
Oh,
"How do guys slap their meat against a girl's vagina, like before they stick it in or whatever?"
what's the big deal? It's like taking.
Well, no, I tried to answer that, but I didn't have an answer.
It's like taking a few dribbles before the free throw, just to get your rhythm right.
Sure, but
I mean, get your rhythm.
But there's I couldn't think of anything scientifically as to why we do that. So then I was like, she was like, "Oh, you should ask your podcast group," and I was like, "Actually, I'm gonna put that on my IG and ask my IG." And then
I got one.
Like only like 4 or 5 people said no, and like 10 plus people said yes.
I think it's to test. It's to test your current stiffness. We need like a stiff rating, because sometimes it looks stiff, but when you slap it, it still got some bend to it, and you're like, oh, yeah, not ready. I think it's somewhere to make sure.
Oh my god!
Because it's like you ever have like a frozen hot dogs or like a frozen hot link, and when you defrost it, it gets softer on the outside first, and then it's solid on the inside. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. You're not truly ready all the way until it's solid all around. So I think that tap is what kind of wakes it up.
Somebody said it like stimulates the women. Yeah. Like somebody said that like they learned it from porn, and I was just like, I don't know. Somebody was talking about, I'm trying to fuck her mind, not just her pussy, and I was like, I don't see how those two things correlate. Slapping your meat on a vagina is not fucking her mind. Like, I don't know, man. I don't think there's a real reason. It's just
how about the forehead? How about the forehead play?
Oh my god!
Just
what is happening? Just laying your meat down, just
joint. Just wanted.
Let's stop talking about me. I'm over this. I don't know. I low key regret asking that question.
It's funny. Actually, I don't mind this at all.
It is funny.
How come?
Jesus Christ.
To the pastor of Vision Church, I need you to cut out the last 5 minutes when you listen.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Somebody come get her. She's dancing like a sinner. Somebody come get her.
I'm sick. My voice sounds weird. I'm a caller right here. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. Hopefully we'll be back right again next week. Thank you, Daniel and Joy, again for being here with us. I'm glad we were able to do this. Remember, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, SoundCloud, all that good shit. Check us out. Tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your bald-headed granny.
My granny was bald.
You got anything else to say?
You ever put your thumbs in the dimples?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Adios, piglets.